fix them up and sell them for hopefully a tidy profit. Welcome to Shed and Buried. Coming up, in a northern shed we find a southern belle.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Before Sam enlists in the motorcycle corps.
Corporal Lovegrove. Well, welcome to Shed and Buried. Today, we are in the fine county of Yorkshire, eh? One of my favourite counties this great country has to offer.
We're off to see Dick Craven, an old mate of mine with an amazing collection.
I have to tell you, mate, what you're about to see is some of the finest shed artefacts a man could possibly possess.
And the van's empty and the wallet's full.
Yeah, we are holding folding, and that's what it's all about, son. It's burning a hole in me pocket. Are you excited, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I just cannot wait for you to see the first vista of this. I think I wouldn't be exaggerating to say that he has over 250 motorcycles.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, as well as a whole plethora of other stuff.
Oh, wow.
Now, Sam, prepare yourself, bud.
All right, you might lose me if it's that good.
I think you're gone for most of the day. Are you ready for this? This is a life-changing experience.
I'm not leaving. I can feel it.
Dick, how are you?
Now then, very well, thank you.
Great
and
to
yourself?
see you,
Yeah,
mate.
good.
And this is
All right,
Sam.
now then,
Nice to meet
yes,
you.
Very good.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Would I be best in describing you not only as a collector, but perhaps a little bit of a hoarder, only because you don't let anything go too much, really?
That sounds about right. Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Is there any end to it, or do you just keep going and keep getting stuff and think,
I die. That's the end to it.
do you know what? That is the end, isn't it? Yeah. People say to me, you know, you got to enjoy the journey, mate, because the destination is a small wooden box.
That's
isn't
true.
it?
Yeah.
He who dies with the most toys wins.
Yes.
Dick, so look, we're going to have a little whiz around, but thank
Very
you,
good.
mate.
No
Really good
problem.
to see
Great.
you.
See you in a bit.
Very
All
good.
right,
Okay.
Dick, see you
All
later
right,
on.
okay,
All right,
yeah,
mate.
Very good.
Come on then, Sammy, I can't wait.
Dick's sheds are quite simply stunning.
Wow. What do you reckon, man? It just goes on forever.
Holy crap.
On summer Sundays and occasional bank holidays, he opens his sheds up to the public, and it's easy to see why those in the know come in their droves. He's got models from every single brand you'd care to mention, and dozens more besides, and more motoring memorabilia than a Bonham's auction. Sam naturally gravitates to a classic bike from the 1920s that Dick would never part with.
Oh, Model 180 Enfield.
With a chair.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Like BSA, Enfield were a weapons manufacturer who got into the bike business in the early days and rose to become a famous and very successful brand. The 180 was produced between 1921 and 1926.
That's the starter handle.
That's the starter handle. That lovely
How cool
little
is that?
piece that drops out for it to rest in again.
Oh,
That's so
lovely.
fantastic.
I, by contrast, have a yen in both senses of the word for a slightly humbler but equally iconic bike. The world's best-selling motor vehicle of all time, the Honda Cub.
Was designed so you could carry noodles in your left hand, yeah, while riding with your right, and you had your whole family and a goat on the back as well. If we could get that for about 600 quid, 500 quid, something like that, get 800 for it.
Yeah.
Done up. You know, that one or the grey one. I mean, I don't think it really matters whether it's a 50 or a 90 in my view, you know. But anyway, look, possibles. I'm just thinking of stuff he wants to get rid of.
Dick's collection is so big that he has whole sections devoted to particular themes.
Enter.
He's got a regiment of military bikes, including Dnieper's, BSA's and Triumphs, and appropriate riding kit.
Corporal Lovegrove.
It's keeping the thoughts in.
And a constabulary worth of police bikes, including the very model used in the ITV police series Heartbeat, complete with a radio telephone.
Was that for you?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that Nick Berry from Heartbeat?
No, it's my mum.
Oh, is it?
It's time for tea.
He'd never sell this one, but around the corner there's another bike made famous by the boys in blue, which he might just want to part with.
This probably is one of the ugliest motorcycles I have ever set eyes on, but I keep seeing them. This is an LE Velocette. I mean, who designed that?
Sewing machine manufacturer by the look of it.
The Velocette Little Engine, or LE, made its debut in 1948. Designed as cheap transport for the post-war era, it was very popular with cash-strapped British police forces.
I think, you know, they were only really designed for pursuit of people on foot. But they were quiet enough to creep up on an unsuspecting drunk burglar. I think they were good at the job.
The minute the criminal was motorised, you forget it.
You're over.
You
Call
call
another
in some
unit,
help.
yeah.
The Velocette LE might be more tortoise than hare, but there are plenty of bikes around here that are a lot quicker. From this 350cc AJS R6 from 1931.
The look was this sort of inclined engine and these twin exhaust pipes.
To this 1980s Yamaha X-Up, which can reach speeds of 170 miles an hour. The quickest of the lot, though, is Dick's very own Vincent drag bike. He started quarter-miling back in 1963, and though now in his 70s, he still spends his evenings trying to tweak his bike to go even faster. Now, how fast are you getting out of this?
I've been up to 132 mile an hour, 133 mile an hour and a quarter of a mile, and I'm doing it in 10.64 seconds.
But that's right up
Yeah.
there with modern bikes, isn't it? I mean, GZs and that kind of stuff, or not?
I often beat a lot of modern bikes.
Do you ever think about your mortality on that side of
Oh,
things?
no,
if you see
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no, no. I'm not going to fall off it, am I?
Is that how you think?
I have no intention of falling off it. People say, how come you keep going quicker and quicker and quicker? Because the bike is never the same at 2 meetings. It's always had something done with it.
How many hours a week do you reckon you spend out here
Don't ask
on this
that.
one machine?
Don't ask that.
All of them?
All Saturday, all Sunday, and virtually every night.
Now that's what I call a recipe for a happy divorce lawyer. But chatting to Dick has not got us any closer to finding something we can come away with. Time to get back on the hunt.
Look at that. Now that is the bike for me here.
What is it?
It's an SD model Triumph, so really heavyweight, mid-20s, side valve single.
Looks like it's got a wood petrol tank.
No, it's just, that's the original paint. Look at that.
That's just beautiful.
A Triumph SD like this could go for upwards of 12 grand. And anyway, Dick would never sell it.
We're never going to get that. We're never going to get that Norton. I guess the only possibility is that Raleigh. Now tell me about the Raleigh.
I think it's a 350 side valve, around about 1924. I mean, it's really untouched and really rough.
It's beautiful though, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Though for most of its life, Raleigh was known as a bicycle manufacturer. In the 1920s and 30s, it also produced motorbikes. They were less coveted than rivals like Norton and Triumph, but they sold by the thousand.
You know, that is the quintessential oily rag resto, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I mean, something like that, what's that worth? 4 grand, 5 grand?
A bit less. Rallies are like the kind of civil servants machine.
really?
You know, they had sort of no sporting prowess whatsoever.
So they were just, you know, the run-of-the-mill commuter bike of their time.
The grey porridge. It's probably worth 4, 4.25, up and together and usable.
Just kind of running.
Yeah. So as it is, you know, 3 something.
Hey, look, come on then. Always onward. Lovely thing.
Great.
So like Wallace and Gromit, we really are having a grand day out. Whether we leave with the Velocette, the Honda Cub, or just a smile and a shrug, who knows? But there's one more shed to go, and I'm very excited. Coming up, our tour reaches a climax.
The bad news is this is the final shed. The good news is it is unbelievable.
But Dick haggles hard.
I was thinking around 750.
I was thinking about 12.50.
Travel Channel. Travel Channel, sponsored by the Italian Tourism Board.
Welcome back to Shed and Buried. We're up in Yorkshire with my old pal Dick and his amazing collection of bikes. We've been arrested by his police bikes. Was that Nick Berry from Heartbeat?
No, it's my mum.
Excited by his Enfield.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And humbled by his Hondas.
Was designed so you could carry noodles in your left hand, yeah, while riding with your right.
I'm worried that Dick isn't going to want to sell much of it. But where there's life, there's hope. And where there's one more shed, there are many more options.
I have to tell you, the bad news is this is the final shed. The good news is it is unbelievable.
Dick's last shed has four-wheelers as well as two, Land Rovers, tractors and vans. But the thing that grabs my attention is a rather special bike.
Have I told you the story of how I came across Dick?
No?
I was reading old Bike Mart, one of these magazines, old papers, and it said Dick Craven to challenge Henry Cole and Sam Lovegrove for the 350 record at Elvington pre-55.
Oh, great.
And I said to Janie, the wife, right, who's sitting next to me in bed, not Sam, and I go, darling, check that out. She goes, oh, you should get in touch with him. And actually, Dick got in touch with me, and this is the bike that he's building to try and beat our record. So he's not going to be selling that.
No.
Most especially, he ain't going to be selling it to us.
But what will he sell us? Time to get listing.
Are you making the tea?
Why not?
Come on.
Come on.
OK, so what we're going to start with, the Veloset LE.
Yep.
Good condition, non-original top box.
Yeah.
Ugly as ugly as it possibly ugly can be, but potentially a bit of an earner if we got it for the right price.
We'll give it a go at 800 quid unless we buy one of the Honda Cubs.
The more desirable is the 90, really.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
think, and I like the beige. So let's try 650.
But what about the Raleigh flat tanker? It needs a lot of work, but could it be worth it?
If it wasn't with you, I'd walk away, because, I mean, it looks a complete shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah? But cursory look, you reckon that could come back together pretty quick?
Yeah, I think so. It's fantastically original. It might be worn out inside, but you've got to remember it's 1924. You know, there's nothing in that engine that I wouldn't machine on my lathe at home.
OK, if we were going to buy that Raleigh, which I think could be the one for us.
Yeah, well, it's worth probably 4,750, all sorted out and usable, maybe 5. So it'd be great to give 3 for it.
I have to tell you, right, Dick does not sell stuff. I mean, that's why he's got the most incredible collection. To prize one of these off him is going to be tricky. Let's start with a 1964 C50 Honda Cub.
Not really.
Oh,
Not
we
really.
didn't get off to a good
Not
start,
really.
did we, really?
No.
Hey, look, the Veloset LE, if it is available, would it be available?
If the price was right.
I was thinking around 750.
Dear me. I was thinking about 1250.
Heck no, as they say around here. Doesn't bode well for the Raleigh flat tanker.
Under close consultation with my partner in crime, we were contemplating a figure of 2,750 of your finest British pounds.
I was thinking more like 4,750.
I could up it to 3.
Well, I could maybe come down a little bit to 4.
It's still too much. 3,250? I don't think we'd go any further than that.
We're
Go
really,
on then.
really?
Go on then.
We're really
Maybe I
nice
shouldn't.
people, Dick. Dick, that's
Right, little
fantastic.
So what a surprise, Dick came down massively in price, and Sam assures me we got a great deal. Back home at Cole Towers though, I'm not so sure.
Most people, even with some knowledge, I don't have a lot, would actually see that and run away.
The grips are perished, the engine looks seized, the seat's knackered, and to top it all, there's a huge klaxon to throw the whole thing totally off balance.
Couple of days' work. But you've got to remember, it was built in a shed that looks like ours. It was only built with hand tools and a lathe and a mill, and there's nothing we can't do.
Yeah, I suppose so.
In the spirit of how it was made.
And with those inspiring but perhaps deluded words ringing in the air, time to take the Raleigh into our very own dream factory. First up, we check for compression.
So, can I stop you there?
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Next up, we check for a spark. Not so good.
There's nothing sparky or nothing jumping.
The magneto is dead, but fortunately Sam has a spare.
This might be a good time to actually talk magnetos very briefly, OK? Don't go away, all right, because it is actually going to be interesting. You've got 10 seconds to tell me about magnetos and how they work. Go.
That's a horseshoe magnet. Inside the magnet is a roll of wires.
Yeah.
As you rotate the roll of wires through the magnetic field, creates electricity. The points is a switch at the end that opens and shuts to time the spark and release it through the high-tension lead.
My God, he had a second left. That's incredible, man. I did actually learn something then. Let's change it.
While Sam gets on with changing the magneto, I attach a new seat which Sam has also kindly provided. As usual, I excel in the task.
I think that might have been my little nut.
An hour later, the seat's attached, the magneto's fitted, and we're ready for ye old spark test.
Yeah, when you're ready.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
What, a spark? We got a spark?
In deference to our lungs, we do the first engine test outside. Sam tickles the carburettor, adjusts the throttle, and then gives it a kick.
Hey! It's going! That's unbelievable! Oh, no, look! Can't believe my eyes, man. That is absolutely unbelievable! How fantastic is that?
Yes, it's smoking like a whole terrace of chimneys, and yes, it does sound like a sewing machine, but for a bike built almost 90 years ago, it's quite astonishing. This is the oldest bike I've ridden. The front tyre's flat and the rear barely inflated, but it's fantastic. Raleigh flat tankers may not be as coveted as some other brands, but if this is the grey porridge, then please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh, mate, that is my first ever ride on a flat tanker. Hey?
I do think it still needs a little bit more work.
It does need a little bit more work, and it also needs some new rubber, doesn't it? But what we've absolutely got categorically after 4 hours of fettling is a runner! Yay!
The next stage is to do a full road test, but first Sam's got to sort the lights, which is not so straightforward when they run on gas.
You've got a headlight,
A headlight?
you've got a rear light,
Yeah.
and you've got a pipe going all to an empty pipe there.
A gas generator.
OK, go on then. What's in the gas generator?
In the top half of the gas generator, you put water.
And in the bottom half you put chunks of calcium carbide. You mount the generator on the bike, open the front and rear lamp covers, let the water drip through, and hey presto, the gas flows and the light glows. Or at least it would if the rubber wasn't leaking.
Do you want some gaffer tape? Is that in keeping?
No, we don't need gaffer tape.
Masking tape?
No.
Shrink wrap?
No.
In order to avoid burning the whole shed down, we go outside, but our problems continue.
We haven't actually rehearsed this in any shape or form. We're just winging it, as always. At this point, it seems that we should have probably rehearsed it. Are we going to be all right?
We're fine.
And And then finally...
Aha!
Oh, mate, look!
There's
We
a
have light!
We have a rear light.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Let's try the front one again.
Can I shut the flap? And before you know it, the front lamp is lit up too.
There you go.
Oh, mate, how cool is that?
Top gear.
And how cool is this? After maybe 50 years languishing in Dick Craven's shed, our 1926 Raleigh flat tanker is back on the tarmac. Sam's smile says it all. We fitted new tyres and new grips, but other than that, it's pretty much intact. Neither the Raleigh nor the Enfield Flying Flea that I'm riding is comfortable over 40 miles an hour, so it's not quite the British Superbike Championship, but both are just great to ride. Happy days, man.
Isn't it?
Happy days. That is a beautiful thing, and it rides lovely as well.
It's really light and just, I mean, apart from thinking a quarter of a mile ahead for gear changes and braking,
Yeah, I noticed that.
it rides great.
What, you're not going to say it?
What? It's
I want to
amazing.
keep it.
I was saving that.
You're not keeping it, we need to flog it.
I know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that.
2 days later, I get a nasty shock.
Where's the Raleigh? Where's the Raleigh? Someone's nicked it!
It's not here. I sort of took an executive decision when you weren't here.
What, put it in another shed?
I sent it down to Ian's shop.
Your mate Ian?
Yeah, I thought I'd give him the opportunity to put it in his glorious showroom of vintage motorcycles.
Sam's mate Ian runs Verrill's, a specialist vintage bike dealer, and unbeknownst to me, he's just added our bike to their sales floor.
Firstly, you didn't tell me. Secondly, there's no respect going on. And thirdly, how much do you reckon you get?
It's all about the money. He reckons he'll return us 4.25 to 4.5.
To us?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, fine. It's a nice bike, that.
In truth, Verrill's is the ideal place to sell the flat tanker. But what? Let Sam take the initiative.
OK, mate, all right, I forgive you just briefly. Is this your bike? Do I own any of it?
No. I knew if I asked, you'd say no.